I am here with Billy McCall talking about his book, 4-Year Depression. This is Pyrograph Live.
It's definitely from a personal perspective, just what I was going through in the weeks and months after the election. And then when I found out that my mother had voted for Trump, it was like it was like a second dagger in my heart. Like I was almost dead inside. And then that kind of finished me off. And I was just like enraged and disappointed and depressed to a new level. And never in my wildest dreams did I ever assume that she would vote for Trump or support him in any way. I'm sure she supported other Republicans at different times, and I know she's also supported Democrats at different times. But when I found out she had voted for Trump, I was just like, there was like no words. Like it just silenced me for like 3 years until I wrote this book.
What did you say to her?
I just looked at her and I was like, you got to be kidding me. And she's like, well, I wasn't going to vote for Hillary. And she has her reasons for not voting for Hillary, which I totally understand. I'm like, but Mom, then you don't vote, or you vote for third party, or you do something. Like you voted for a racist, and there's no excuse for it.
Some of this is in the book, but did you have no idea?
None. My mom has always been independent, like registered as an independent, and I've heard her say good and bad things about Republicans and Democrats, and she's always had like a very open mind. More so than I think a lot of Democrats, even just like she'll listen to both sides, and whatever she thinks, she'll go with it. And I've heard her, say all kinds of things about everybody, and she always has a good opinion about things. And after that, we didn't really talk for like weeks.
Wow.
Because I just didn't know what to talk about.
Right.
This is what I told her, actually. I said, and I wrote this in the book, like I looked at her and I said, someday you're going to regret that decision. And let me know when you do, like let me know when you regret it. And she's not admitting it, and maybe she doesn't regret it yet, but I think she's rethinking things in the last 3 years, And
you think she is, or do you think she would vote for him again?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I'm terrified to ask.
Do you want to? I was going to say, are you going to bring it up?
I don't know. I think eventually, it'll probably come up, but much to my mom's credit, like she's loving and supportive, and I was so nervous to tell her about this book, and she was one of my first supporters. So she said, I'll buy a copy as soon as you have them printed, and she read it within a day or two of me mailing it to her, and said how proud she was of me for writing it, and so proud of me for expressing myself, and said, she's like, I understand where you're coming from. I disagree with some things, I agree with some things. But the big question, will she vote for him again? I don't know.
Wow.
Who's going to be on the other side of the ticket? Maybe that has something to do with it too. And we had the Iowa caucus last night, and that seems to be kind of a mess.
Oh my God.
And so, maybe she's waiting to see who's going to be on the other side of the ticket. I don't know.
Right.
I really don't know.
That's nice that she was supportive, though, and gave you like nice feedback about the book. Not like, Billy, I can't believe you wrote that.
I know, which is what I thought. And I know some people that have emailed me in response to the book are like, I went through a lot of the same stuff, but I cannot talk to my family about it.
Right.
I have friends that are afraid of just like completely severing their family ties.
Yeah.
And so people are like, at least you're kind of talking, with your family about it. So
yeah. I know families that do not talk about it at all.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my family, my mom, my dad, and my sister were all kind of simpatico and on the Democratic side of things always since I remember being a kid. So it's just it would be just painful to not be like that. I am trying to figure out exactly what my kind of volunteering thing is going to be this year. But then one thing that I'm going to do is integrate this into my work by what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm a media person. I like doing media and podcasting and blogging and running a media channel at Pyrograph. And I am very interested in developing some more videocast and blog material and talking with people about how you're dealing with the Trump years, and also how you are going to be approaching this year in terms of activism, community building, volunteering. Like what are you going to do? And I'm figuring that out myself as well. And we were talking a little bit before the show. I would like to present a lot of different voices of people who are learning by doing and just jumping in and figuring it out. And it's not about being like a really savvy activist or a savvy organizer. Because I think so many people aren't. And if you can get people involved at any level and reduce like the perception that you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
In order to get involved.
Yeah.
So I figure, why not open it up and like just steer it? Remember, right after 2016, we had that podcast, the emergency podcast,
like an all day.
Man, and I really remember feeling then I'm ready to turn Pyrograph, which was really more geared at arts and artists, and gearing it more towards political, community-oriented people.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what I'm doing now.
It's great.
It is great. I mean...
and I think, obviously there's, artists have all different types of political thinking or whatever, but I think in general arts, lend themselves to revolutionary thinking, progressive thinking, because the whole concept of art, whether it's painting or podcasts or writing or whatever, is that you're analyzing what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Or observing what's going on around you, and also reimagining other ways that it might be going on.
Totally.
Imagining new ways that it might, might be able to change things for better or for worse. Like,
yes.
Some of the best novels are these dystopian, fictional, like, if we don't change our ways, this is, maybe what's going to happen, and that's valuable too. So, if you're an artist, I think you're kind of political already, because you're just observing and thinking about the world.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's increasingly radical to like think for yourself, or to not work for a corporation, or to try to make a reality out of your own ideas and your own vision.
Yeah.
I mean, and so that's always been kind of the world of people that I either hang out with socially, that I always try to work with in my work life as much as possible.
Yeah.
And it's, I've always had the vision of artists, creatives, and community organizers. It's part of the same world. Farmers, people who are like creating things, creating a movement, creating visuals, creating music, creating. So it seems like, I don't know, a perfect marriage of the types of people that I'm interested in hearing from. So I've been inviting people, and if anybody's listening or watching and somebody yourself, either yourself or people that you want to share, you'd be willing to share what you're doing, volunteering, organizing, changing the world through your art, through your connections, through your networking. Those are the people I want to be interviewing more of. So I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even just finding other people, even if you don't know what you're doing, or you feel like you're not a political person, you're not a political activist, just finding other people that you can talk with and hang out with and email with or whatever, that
totally
maybe are in that same boat of like, I don't know what to do, but I want to do something. Just meeting those other people, like, that's the first step. That's the first, whether it's actual physical real life community building, hanging out with people in your community, or virtual digital emailing back and forth, or doing just meet other people that have the same ideas as you, and they care and they want to change things.
Well, and that you raise a few things that make me want to share some kind of specifics about what I'm thinking about these days. So number one, I'm trying to develop some more channels of communication and networking and connecting, just like you say, that's not on Facebook. Because I do not care for Facebook's corporate values. They don't care about privacy. They don't care about the damage they're doing to democratic discourse. And sadly, I'm on there a lot because I'm a self-employed person. I have been for like 20 some years. I need a channel to let people know about the work that I do. I'm a self-employment coach. I write business books. I mean, that's how I make a living. And it's really hard to get off of Facebook because of that aspect.
It's hard to stay away from all the corporations.
It's really hard. It's
hard.
But I don't want to be 100% dependent on them. Yeah. And so, never more so than now, after seeing the damage that it's been doing to, with fake ads and all the stuff that's going on. So anyway, so that's one thing I want to share with everybody. I'm trying to kind of get off Facebook. This is being broadcast over at Pyrograph, which is, my website that I've built with the help of a bunch of people. And, I'd like it to be a free channel where, we're going to present voices that are trustworthy, that are authentic, that are real, and that are respectful, and that are positive. I mean, that's kind of the goal. And I've been using some other tools like Zoom, which is video conferencing, and that's like really interesting. I think there's interesting political organizing possibilities with that. I just had a Zoom meeting on Sunday with a few people that had signed up. I put up a Google form. See, now here's a perfect example. I let people know about it through Facebook, right? And so, I'm trying to figure out ways that won't always be necessary. But I let people know about it on Facebook. A few people signed up. We had the Zoom meeting, and we started sharing what we're doing. So my friend Ellen, she's doing some letter writing and postcard writing campaigns. I'm going to make sure you're invited to the next Zoom meeting.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Sunday morning, like at 9 a.m. I thought that was a good time. Like, you can come in your pajamas. You don't have to like show up anywhere. You just like grab your laptop or your phone.
Yeah.
You don't even have to really say anything if you don't want to. And then it's in the morning, so you've got the whole rest of your day. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned here at Pyrograph. I'm going to increasingly make them known there. But for the foreseeable future, I will continue to announce things over at Facebook. One of my like lines in the sand is like, I won't pay for Facebook. I won't pay for ads. They won't get any of my money. I'm trying to minimize what I'm doing over there.
Yeah.
People who follow me there know that's I'm there a lot. I promote my bands there. I promote all kinds of stuff. But anyway, trying to get away from corporate media, trying to share from actual people. That's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is like the first in-person show of this new kind of edition, which again I'm calling Democratic AF.
I love it.
Yeah, it should be fun. Eva Av did a really, really great illustration. Shout out to Eva. And she's going to be in town in March.
I know.
So we're going to have like another episode. So that's kind of my agenda. And this has been a good trial run.
Test it and see what happens and move forward with the next one.
Yeah. Do you have anything else going on? Like, do you have any readings? Band performances?
I don't have any
anything?
readings. I do want to have a release party for the book, and I haven't decided where or when exactly to do that. I'm getting ready to go to California for the Dear Diary Zine Fest next week.
Nice.
So maybe in March sometime I'll do a book release party and a little reading. So
I would love to help promote
for anyone, and then for anyone that's in Albuquerque, my band The High Watts has a show on March 13th. So
March 13th.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Rock and roll, political books,
I'm going to show the book again in front of the camera. Wait, I got to get it to show. For Your Depression. And where can people find it?
You can get it from me. You can email me at iknowbilly@gmail.com, IKNOW Billy@gmail.com, or go to iknowbilly.etsy.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Billy. If anybody has been noticing the background music, it's by Bellama. It's Billy Belmont's band, and because this was a hastily arranged little trial run, I needed to make sure to pick music that wasn't going to get me in trouble with ASCAP or BMI or something like that.
Another excellent Billy.
Another excellent Billy. I've got two really great Billys in my life. So I guess that's it. Let's wrap this and say thank you again for coming to Pyrograph Live.
Thank you.
Okay, talk to you soon.